and look at the immediate numbers that have come in just the last 1 hour or so. And Cipla is a very positive one. It seems like a top-down beat because almost every parameter they've managed to beat expectations on margin, on profits, on the revenue itself. In fact, what we are talking about is about a 7% growth in the top line, and the margin has expanded to over 28% now, from what used to be 26.5% same time last year. So there's a decent margin growth that's come through. So what are the factors at play and what's the outlook? Well, we have the analysts from Centrum Broking now joining in to sort of take this forward. Sumit, if I could just come to you for a quick first cut, how do you rate the US business and what do you think has powered this beat?
Hey, hi. Thanks for having me. So US were more or less in line with their estimate, the sales number. But however, if you see the margins of profitability overall has been delivered a robust beat. And if you see albuterol market share has reached 21%, while this quarter was slightly offset by a bit subdued performance in the lanreotide. So going forward also, we expect this particular performance to continue, and this overall margin beat is measured by the US business, and we are positive on it.
Sumit, there is an upside risk to the margins, right? For the first 9 months, the company's delivered EBITDA margins of 26.9%, which is ahead of their full-year guidance of 24.5% to 25.5%. So, will the company end with margins better than their own guidance, and will that result in EPS upgrades?
Yeah, I expect some bit of margin, like the overall guidance, to be revised upwards. However, let's see what they say on the call, but I'm positive on the overall performance.
Absolutely, we'll get to the revisions after you listen into the call. But as of now, what's the kind of top line growth and what's the kind of exit margin expectation that you're working with for FY25?
So overall FY25. I'm expecting around 7 to 8% kind of top line growth, and the margin of it around 26%.
And just to wrap this up, how does it compare to some of the other larger generics players which have a good US presence as well? I mean, where is Cipla in your pecking order when you're talking about large cap pharma?
So Cipla is second after Sun Pharma. So it is one of the topics under my coverage.
Thank you very much for joining in. That's the word coming in on Cipla. The press conference is at 3 p.m. Vinny will be listening in and giving us key highlights from that media briefing. By the way, on the mid-cap end, Anant Raj is down nearly 20%. Keynes Tech is another big loser.